Hello everybody, it's Oni. Welcome to the movie, to What If Deku Was in High School of the Dead. If you guys actually want to see more videos like this in the near future, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video to see more videos like this. I plan on making more older videos than what I've done in the previous years for me starting What Ifs. And leave your recommendations down below to what actually you want to see on the channel, and I will make it as soon as I can. Without further ado, I'm going to not leave you here for long. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Where would we like to begin? With this being an alternate universe, I would probably add a bunch of other stuff in it. Like, Izuku would be the only hero there. But this is an alternate world one, so we may or may not be sending Deku there ourselves. But I'm not going to spoil much. Let's get right into the story. Izuku, don't! Ochako shouted, as Izuku ran it straight forward to Kurogiri, All For One, and Shigaraki. Damn brat, All For One said, throwing its hands up, as All For One threw a massive shock of air into the well in front of Izuku. As this attack was about to collide until Izuku flew up into the air and was about to throw a hammer fist towards All For One's head, until Kurogiri stopped him and teleported Izuku into a wall. As this continued, this fight of course, for the next hour, until Izuku finally beat Shigaraki and All For One. No matter how many haymakers he threw, no matter how many quirked, overpowered punches he threw, they still regenerated and their stamina still increased, no matter what Izuku did. So he had to figure out a way to dim out. So he beat them in their own game by using One For All as his advantage, as also his actual main key event to keep them at bay. One For All. 1,000,000%! Izuku shouted, as the one punch he threw that collided with All For One and Shigaraki. As the sparks formed off Izuku, every single spark teared through his clothes. Every single spark led onto the floor, creating minute little pieces of rubble that would shatter and create more little bits of shatter. Kind of like you're splitting atoms apart. But if you did that, it'll probably be a nuclear explosion, if I'm being fully honest. As All For One was about to die for the final time in his chapter. Same with Shigaraki. As before they could even finish, Kurogiri stepped in front of him and used his Warp Gate ability as he threw Izuku's body fully into the portal. As Izuku blacked out. As we're going to switch to, well, Bakugo, Ochako, and their point of view for this. As when the portal closed, they all shouted, "No, Izuku!" they shouted. As Bakugo was about to finish all of it off, before Kurogiri, Shigaraki, and All For One escaped, with just barely them holding on to dear life. As Bakugo slammed the floor and let off a massive explosion and looked back to Ochako. "We need to find him now. If we don't, we're screwed," Bakugo said, with a mass of anger and sadness in his tone. We're going to switch back to Izuku's point of view. "Ah!" Izuku shouted as he went through with the punch, not realizing where he was, in a black void. "Where the fuck am I?" Izuku said, as he floated around for the next 5 hours, well, it felt like it at least, until he saw a black source of light in the end of the circle, or in the end of the void, of course, like a tunnel, as Izuku fell what it felt like 500 feet in the air, as the moment he saw a building, Black Whip activated, as he grappled onto it, resisting his fall, and skyrocketed him back into the air. As the moment he got his ground, he used float to stay up. "Where the hell am I?" Izuku said, as he looked down to see a middle school of some sort, or a high school, for that matter, it seemed like it looked like. Where the fuck is UA? I remember this area, of course. I know this area off by heart, but UA should be right there, Izuku said, pointing to a school. This looks odd. Maybe I should get some more answers. Maybe over there will. As Izuku went over there, mask on, as he flew. As Izuku was above where UA is meant to be. Where the fuck is it? Izuku said, not noticing the odd stares of people looking up at him. What the hell? A passerby said. Is that God? One of them said. No, it's a person. What the hell? How is he flying? One of them said. Wait, where the hell am I? Izuku said, as he flew down to at least head level. Excuse me, kind sir, but do you know where I am? As the man screaming and ran off. Huh, he must not have known much. Huh. As Izuku looked forward to see other people. Why has not much people got mutations here? At least 1 out of 500 people should have it, Izuku said. As he looked more and more forward to see. Nothing much else is there. No more people flying, robbing heroes, no costume people. What the fuck? Izuku thought. As he flew on top of a building and took off his hero costume. If these people think I'm some form of god, they probably will be on edge or something until then. So until then, I can't wear my hero costumes or use my powers in any form of way. But I do need to go to that high school though and make sure my position is correct. That school is UA, or used to be UA. If it is, the year that I'm in currently is the exact same year as when I left. So if my process is right, I should be in another world if I'm not lucky or not. As Izuku walked in front of the door to the school, as he jumped the gate, leaving people who were close to the area stunned that a kid just jumped the gate without any form of help or out. It's a 22-foot, or at least, gate. How the hell can he fucking jump that? Some people thought. As Izuku walked straight into campus, not noticing the stares that he was getting from peers or 2 teachers that are just about to walk up to him. Excuse me, kid, but you're not meant to be here, one of the teachers said. Oh, hi. My name is Izuku, and I've only just enrolled, so I'm a little bit confused where I am, Izuku said, saying this on the fly. So, you just enrolled, right? Yes, I have. So what class you in? I got told I was in 1B or 1A, I can't remember, Izuku said. Okay, follow me then, we'll get you enrolled. As Izuku was taken to the principal's office to get enrolled. So, how old are you again? I'm 17, Izuku said. 17, huh? Okay, write your stuff on here, sign there. Have you got any legal guardians here? No, I did not. Why is that, Izuku? Oh, they're dead, Izuku said with a smile. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, the man said, bowing his head. Oh, no need. They've been dead for around about 3 months. I've gone over it now, Izuku said as he walked out, going to his first class. Just a side note, I don't know what class they're in, so you really can't go in between here. As Izuku arrived to his first class and introduced himself for the first time of the day. Okay, class, we have a new transfer student. His name is Izuku Midoriya, and he is from the below bit of Japan, Mr. Tofu. Say hello to him, class, the teacher said. Hi, everybody. My name is Izuku Midoriya, and it's very nice to meet you. As one kid raised his hand. Excuse me, but why is your hair green? Yeah, that doesn't look natural. It looks dyed, one of the kids said. It's natural. One of my parents had a little infection in their hair, and I came out with green hair, Izuku said, doing a white lie. So, how did you... That's enough, class. We can do all this on break. Go sit down, Izuku, at the window. Yes, sir, Izuku said, as he sat down. As break began, as Izuku was surrounded by people. So Izuku, where'd you come from? So why's your hair green? Why do you look decently cute? One of the people said. As Izuku buried his head in his arms, pretending to act innocent the way he did back from canon. Well, stop overcrowding him. See, you're making him nervous, one of the girls said. Shut up, Ray. We're only asking him a couple of questions. Yeah, but those questions could make him nervous and end up making him not want to answer, she said. Hi, my name is Ray. It's very nice to meet you, she said, shaking his hand. As Izuku spent the rest of his lunch answering questions and doing all sorts of stuff like that, until one of the students came into the room with his phone. Hey guys, look at this video that I found. There was some random guy outside of the school levitating about 2 hours ago, he said. Wait, what do you mean? Levitating? Look. It's not photoshopped, not edited, no nothing. It's general raw footage. Rubbish. Nowadays, you can get a video that's edited. Look how Superman's edited. Yeah, but that takes weeks. Look at the timestamp. Look when it was made. There's a clock over there too, and the date too. It can't be edited that fast. Even with a full team of editors, it would take a full day, he said. Maybe it's edited, maybe it isn't. It's still weird, Ray said. Yeah. How come that would even be possible, as the man put the hand on his shoulder? Kakashi, come on, you have to believe this is real. Come on, you're into this type of stuff. Sorry, mate, but that does look edited. And until I see it for myself, I won't believe it. And if I do believe it, it'll probably be the next coming of Christ, he said. Yeah. Come on, Kakashi, let's go home, Ray said, as Izuku heard the conversation. Shit, I need to be more careful from now on, Izuku said internally, as Izuku headed for the roof of the school building. As the moment he headed there, he put on his mask and thought, alright, let's get to work, Izuku said, putting his school clothes in a bag and leaving it there for the day. As the moment he arrived into the city, he saw 2 muggings happening so far. As, to not put any suspicion on himself, he ran instead of flying. As the moment he passed one of the villains or muggers, in this case, Izuku went speed blitzed him past and threw Black Whip around him like he was Spider-Man. As the moment the villain or mugger was caught, Izuku called the police as he was arrested minutes later. As Izuku traveled the rest of the city, finding and destroying villain hideouts, as resting muggers was mainly his job for the night. As Izuku arrived back at his school, pulled out a mattress and went to sleep, not knowing where he's going to sleep for the rest of his years while he is stuck here. The next day. Okay, I believe you now, Kakashi said. Do you see what I mean? The guy was like the Flash or something. He went speeding blitzed past a bunch of muggers and arrested them like they were nothing, he said. Yeah, maybe it's just a little parlor trick or somebody can use. You call that a parlor trick? Did you not see how fast he was moving? He said. Who even recorded that anyways? I did, he said. How did you even record it anyways? Well, when I first saw the bugger get decked and then get hung over the fence, I decided to start recording. The moment I did, the second mugger got instantly captured and hung up again. The moment it did, police arrived 5 minutes later, and then I slowed down the video, showed it to the police, and showed them who did it. They didn't ask you to delete it or anything, did they? No, they just said, just send us the video, we'll chop it up and see who it is. Because no one's in their right mind can move that fast, unless they have powers or something, he said, as Izuku thought internally. Shit, forgot the cameras, Izuku said, as the day went on like normal until the incident arrived. Tatsumaki ran into the harem as he tried to get Rei and tell her to run all the way upwards. Hey, what's wrong? Tatsumaki, what's wrong? Izuku said. There's zombies outside. Look. If he exists, then dev zombies can exist as well. Look outside now, as he saw his teacher getting attacked. Out of nowhere, as Izuku, hey Izuku, where did Izuku go? He said. Maybe he ran downstairs to see what that actually was. Don't be idiotic. If he does that, then he's gonna get himself killed, Tatsumaki said. As Rei ran off to find Izuku, Tatsumaki grabbed her again and slapped her once more to tell her to stop being an idiot, as they both ran to the roof to find Rei's boyfriend there too. Can't remember his name? Don't ask. I have watched the anime, I just generally can't remember it. As Izuku, we cut back to their point of view. Everything's gone like canon. Everyone hides. As Izuku put on his hero outfit, as he heard growling from downstairs, as he got involved, as he disabled two of those people downstairs to see if they are actually the zombies or just people who got mind controlled, because if he got through the rift, no clue who did either. As Izuku checked for a pulse and checked to see if he was still alive, the opposite, he was dead. Izuku, you're the hero from the news, the ghost said. Yes, I am, Izuku said, putting on a deep voice. Who are you? My name's Deku. It's very nice to meet you. I'm a hero, and I will make sure everyone here is safe. As Izuku jumped upstairs to fight the other ones that would be hoarding through, as Izuku saw around 15 of them trying to barge through a door, as Izuku got into his stance decision, do you know the stance you normally see in Demon Slayer when they pull out the swords and everything? It's kind of like that. As Izuku got into the running position and sprinted down there in a blitz second, he decapitated 5 of them, detained 2, and killed the rest. I know decapitating is the same thing as killing, it just sounds cooler. As Izuku sat down and helped up a girl with pink hair that reminded him of somebody. Are you okay? Izuku said. Yeah, I'm alright. Wait, you're the hero? Yeah, I'm the hero from the news. The girls downstairs already said it. As Izuku picked her up and helped her into the nearest classroom and locked the door shut. You're not going to stay here in case they come back? Don't worry, I know if they will. I have a danger sense for that type of thing, Izuku said, pointing to his head. What is your name? My name is Deku. What's yours? My name is Sava, she said. Okay, Miss Sava. Stay here and be safe, okay? Don't leave this classroom until otherwise. As Izuku rushed through the other rooms, killing, and mostly keeping some of them alive, just to see if they're able to come back. Most people were mortified at this, but some understood what he was coming from. As Izuku got to the top of the building, he saw mostly everyone up there. Hordes of them, hundreds, pushing even thousands. As Izuku thought, I'll go up high and go low, Izuku said, going upwards. As the moment he did, he saw 2 people up there. Well, 3, as one of them was trying to attack. There's 2 people. As Izuku thought, wait, is that Rei and Tatsumaki? Izuku said. As Izuku rushed down and grabbed the zombie, snapping it in half. Are you 2 okay? Izuku said. Holy shit, he's real, Tatsumaki said, grabbing his bat. Who are you, and what do you... Well, I'm a hero, and I'm only here to save you, Izuku said. Bullshit, you have an alternative motive. Why are you here? I'm here to save you, Izuku said. Bullshit, I don't believe you. For God's sake, Tatsumaki, you would think you'd be better than this, Izuku said, accidentally revealing his name. Wait, is that you, Izuku? He said. Shit, Izuku said, pulling off his mask. Yeah, so what? How did you even get powers like that? He said. I've had them for about 2 years. Well, sit down. I'll be back in just 1 second, Izuku said. Wait, what are you gonna do? Do you not see those hordes over there? By the time I finish my story, they would have busted through, and I would have to use at least 25% to knock them back and kill them, Izuku said. Wait, kill? They're zombies. They're already dead, Izuku said. As he pulled back his hand. Watch and learn, Izuku said, as he pulled back his fist and releasing it in one big massive blow, leaving most of the zombie horde dead, and some of them still trying to pull themselves up and fighting back. So, may we continue, Izuku said. One of you already said this when I was in class. My hair looks dyed or something. Well, that's because my hair is natural and I'm not from this world, Izuku said fast and casually. Wait, what? Kazuki said in total. But multiverse travel isn't real. Yes, it is. How did you... Well, I was fighting a villain and I got shoved into it, he said. So, you're a hero? Yes. One of the second strongest I think I am now, but I could be wrong, Izuku said. So, you got here for a black portal, you were stuck in a void for 5 hours, and you came out here? Yes. How did you... You know that person who was floating in air? Yeah, that's when I arrived, literally yesterday, Izuku said. As Ray just collapsed, as Tazumaki's brain just fried over the entire information that he just absorbed into one sitting. So, you're a hero from another world with the power to destroy a city? Yes. Why don't you just do that? Because there's too many innocent people here, and if I randomly just throw one of my massive smashes into the air, who knows how much damage and people will die because of that. I could speed blitz and take everyone in this school to a different area where they would be safe, but as long as everyone stays in their classes where I've thrown them or placed them in, they should all be safe no matter what. As Izuku's ears perked up. Stay there, Izuku said, as he looked over the railing to see something that he didn't want to see. Hordes, and massive hordes to themselves. 500 zombies running through and getting through the barriers that Izuku put up. How did they? As Izuku hopped the fence. Wait, if you jump from that height, you'll die, Tazumaki said. I'll be fine. I can fly, remember, Izuku said. As Izuku got on both knees and flung himself at the crowd, throwing a mighty Detroit smash at 45%, leaving the biggest dust cloud you probably had ever seen in that era or in that dimension in itself. For the people inside of the classrooms who could see it, they were scared shitless. Seeing a boy, a man for that matter, able to destroy an entire area with just one punch was astonishing. As Izuku found the stragglers who were still alive and wrapped them up in black whip, placing his mask back on so no one could see it. As the moment Izuku finished, he placed back up the barrier so no one else could get in. As Izuku went back up to the top of the building and helped those people inside. As Izuku brought everyone from the classrooms to, well, the not dinner hall. I was going to say gymnasium, but that's gym hall. As Izuku gathered everybody, he told everyone to sit down and get in their groups. As Izuku took the stage and shouted at everybody, this is gonna be hard to hear for you, and I know how you're gonna feel. But the things outside, they're undead, Izuku said. Yeah, we know that, Savi said. What about our parents? Are they okay? I don't know. I've only just arrived here. So far what I see is most of the zombies that are gathered up in this area, they seem to have no self-aware and they're blind, so they still have relied on their ear. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine, Izuku said. Then why are we in here? So I can protect all of you no matter what happens, Izuku said. What happens if one of us are infected? Don't worry, I checked every single one of you before you came in. No one here is infected. What about you? I'm not infected. Why is that? I'm invulnerable, Izuku said. That plus, I wrapped my body in this, Izuku said, lifting up his arm, showing the black whip that's wrapped around his body. The things that I wrapped around my body, it forces my body to become invincible. Why can't you just give us some of that? Yeah, because it comes in and out of my body. It literally cannot detach, Izuku said. So you're like Spider-Man on steroids, one of them said. Who the hell is Spider-Man? Oh, Spider-Man is a hero who swings from walls and acts like a spider. That's gross, man. That's really gross, Izuku said. Screw you. You'll just like him, as Tazumaki shouted. So, when are we able to actually go outside? You're not going outside until I see that it is clear, Izuku said. So, there'll be never then? Not never. I'll bring a group out with me to gather supplies, sometimes during the month, and then once I feel like everything is clear, everyone will come with me, as we will clear the area, Izuku said. What happens if some of us get left behind? You won't get left behind. You'll be following a military-graded section, Izuku said. As, throughout that day, everybody was relaxing and getting used to their new term. 40 people were still alive. That was still better than, well, 0 in Izuku's opinion. He wasn't aware of the zombies until it was too late. He wished he could save more people, but he knew that was in the past, and he knew he can't drone on about it. So he left it. So, Izuku, Ray said, how are you going to be able to get everyone out? Easy. Blow a hole through the city, and bring the zombies to me, Izuku said. Kill every single last zombie I find, and that will be the way out for everybody. So how are you going to do that? You're forgetting I have air pressure, right? Oh, sorry, Izuku, Ray said. Why should we follow you? A teacher said, snapping. If we go outside, if the students follow me inside of the bus, we will all be fine, the teacher said. You really want to bet on that? Izuku said. What do you mean by that? I mean by it, are you ready to actually get the horde of zombies, thousands of them, raiding you, breaking down the doors, breaking in, and stealing every one of the kids that are inside of the car at the time, and turning them as well? Do you really want to bet on that? Izuku said. That's what I thought. Now leave this all to me and shut up, Izuku said. So, what are you gonna do? We're all gonna ration food, but before we do run out of food, of course, I need to actually travel to at least a certain place on the map to try and find a way to see if actually, well, the police are still here, Izuku said. But how are you gonna know when the police are here? Izuku said. Yo, Ray, your parents are police, aren't they? Yes, they are, but I don't know where they are. They haven't answered their phones. They're probably overrun then, Izuku said. Give me your phone. I'm gonna put something in it that's gonna send out a signal, Izuku said, placing in a microchip. What did you do? I sent out a signal to any available people in the area. Once, well, the signal gets caught, you should be able to be safe. But if it doesn't, you're all gonna die. if I don't get this off right, Izuku said. Wait, we're all gonna die? Then why should we trust you? I'm kidding, you're not going to die, Izuku said. But you said... I said a lot of things. I'm kidding, of course, Izuku said. Lighten the mood. God damn, Izuku said. As, 5 minutes later, Izuku went on top of the police station, searching for minutes upon minutes to see nothing. So, he decided to return to see the horde of zombies broken through. Shit, Izuku said, as he rushed down at lightning speed. As the people who were trying to hold most of them off, 2 or so were bited, a couple wasn't, as Izuku grabbed the people who were saved with Black Whip, as the rest were mostly sadly lost. 2 hours later, when Izuku finished off all the zombies, it's not safe here anymore, we need to go. Exactly, we shouldn't have trusted you. I really hoped you would have died in that crowd, Izuku said over his mask. Actually, yeah, why are you wearing a mask? Izuku's little crowd said. Well, to save my identity. Well, how can we trust someone who's wearing a mask? How can you not trust somebody who has the ability to kill you? Izuku said. Exactly, shut up, Izuku said, as he grabbed all the supplies he could and dragged most of the people out with him as he wanted. This being Shuki, Rei, Tazumaki, and Soya all followed, Izuku outside into the outside of the building. Is no one else following? Because if no one else follows, you all might die, Izuku said. Shut up and leave, the teacher said. We all can handle ourselves. Alright, good for you then, Izuku said, as he dragged the rest of the people out with him. So, Mr. Deku, was it? Yes, Salva? What's up? Where are we going exactly? We're going to anywhere that's safe, Izuku said. But where is safe? Anywhere that's got 4 walls and able to keep us safe, Izuku said. Okay, but where is that? Right now I don't know because I'm not from this world, but we will know soon, Izuku said. What happens if soon's never? Does she ever shut up? Izuku said. No, not really. Fine then. I'm probably going to take you to a safe house that was really researched back in my day. When I mean back in my day, I mean a couple of years ago. I heard there was an actual bunker somewhere around here that you can actually save, or be safe. So we're going to take you there and go from there, Izuku said. Okay, but where is it? Outside of town, about north. Wait, that's my family's house, Salvo said. And how rich are you? Izuku said. We're well off, she said, smiling. Looks like I'm taking you there then. Is any of you scared of heights? Izuku said. I am, the Pink and Ray said. Of course it's the women. Okay then, we're gonna do this then, Izuku said, as he placed 2 of them on his back, 2 on his arms, and Tazumaki on the front. Alright, hold on, Izuku said, as he blushed underneath his mask, feeling them pressed up against him. 3, 2, 1, fly, Izuku said, as he bounced up. As most people who were being held on by him were scared and shocked that a human could even jump that high. So, how are we going to avoid all the zombies? Izuku said. I don't know yet, but we're going to have to go along with that as we go along. Your best bet is to stay behind me, or we're going to have to find weapons, Izuku said. Where are we going to find those? Probably army veteran houses or any form of it, Izuku said. We're going to have to find somewhere to stay for the night, though. That's going to be the issue. I don't think I'll be able to keep it on long enough for you to actually... You need to get some rest, though. Because if you stay in the air as long as possible, your bodies are not used to it. If I keep you in the air as long as I keep myself up, you'll probably pass out from lack of air, Izuku said. As Izuku, after an hour worth of flying, settled down in a near area in the woods. There you go. A house. Go inside of there now before you end up losing, Izuku said, as he threw everyone inside of the cabin. As a minute later passed until Izuku finally came in, knowing that everything is safe. Once everything calmed down, Izuku let them all know that they'll be leaving here in the next 2 days, once everyone's settled, as Sava sat down, feeling lightheaded. I did tell you the moment you came down from the air you were going to be sick, Izuku said. Oh yeah, do you know that nurse's name? What was her name again? Miss Verero, was it? Miss Kelly, she said. Yeah, she's still outside puking, Izuku said. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Where did your parents and that live? Far north, southeast, and then you just keep moving, she said. Cool. As Izuku took off his mask and settled down. Wait, Izuku? What the hell? We've only known you for about a day. How the hell are you this fucking strong? Is this a Spider-Man thing or Superman thing? Sava said. What the fuck is Superman? Izuku said. You don't know who Superman is and you're this strong, she said. Well, Superman is this thing from another planet. Oh, it's the type of thing called, like, Revo or some shit. Like, he's from a different planet, he's an alien, and... yeah. Like that, she said. As 5 hours later has passed, everyone is asleep except from, well, Sava, Rei, and Izuku. You two should really get some sleep. Oh god, until tomorrow. Then I'll sleep, and then I'll repeat this, Izuku said. So, in your world, there's people with powers, right? Yes, there is. So, how many of them end up not having them? About 20%, Izuku said. So, who was part of the 20%? She said. I was for a while, Izuku said. So how did you even get your powers? They were given to me, Izuku said. Who gave you it? My mentor did. My mentor saw something in me and just gave me his power. On a whim. Maybe. But he trusted me enough to do it, Izuku said. So I made the power my own, and I defeated loads of villains on the way. And I also defeated the arch rival of, well, the first user of the power. So, you're the 9th? Yes, I am. How strong are you going to become? She said. My mentor can currently level a city, so twice than that, Izuku said. Maybe even 4 times it. So, what's it feel like to have it? She said. Well, it feels strong and everything, but there's little drawbacks here and there. Like your body goes through chronic pain, and then you end up, if you go over your limit, you'll probably break your limbs or something, she said. Or he said, sorry. So, if you ended up having kids or something, would they get powers? She said, as Izuku blushed. Wait, what do you mean? Izuku said. Yeah, I'm just asking if you had kids of your own, here, where we're not having powers at all, they're genetic to do it. Is it gonna be your kids are gonna be powerless, or are they gonna have powers? She said. Maybe have powers, I don't know, Izuku said, blushing madly. Yeah, I wonder that too, she said, Sawa said. When we go to my parents' lab, we need to test that, she said. Wait, what the fuck? Izuku said, standing up and moving to the other side of the room. That's a bit pervy, Izuku said, reminding him of Mineta. As Tatsuki woke up the next day and opened up the wardrobe doors to see rifles, guns, and samurai swords all in that room. Hey guys, come here please, Tatsumaki said, as Rei was the first one inside the room. Look at this, he said, pulling out a samurai sword and a rifle. What the hell? She said. How'd you get that? It was in that little wardrobe over there, he said. We can defend ourselves by killing those bastards, he said. Let's go get revenge, he said, as Izuku came into the room. What are you two doing? Izuku said. Oh, nothing, he said. You found weapons, haven't you? He said. Wait, how do you know about that? I have danger sense. I can quite literally sense danger from a mile away, Izuku said. Damn it, he said, as Izuku walked over to inspect the weapons. AR-15, MK5, and M1s, M10s, MAC-10. Samurai swords. Those are katanas. Huh. I never expected the same universe to have the same guns, Izuku said. As Izuku got them all together, collected all of the guns and weapons as they headed out for the rest of the day. Where is your family's village or place? She said, or he said. Just keep going that way, Sarov pointed. I think we all should go back to the cabin. I think we all should be happy there, she said. No, we won't. If zombies figure out where we are, what do you think that's going to make it do, huh? It won't stop him. Not for long it won't, Izuku said. The only way for us all to be safe, by following me, Izuku said. Or Saba, more precise. Follow, Izuku said. As Izuku gathered all of his people as he could, and took them back. Took him to, Sava's home. As Izuku arrived at their mansion, he was in awe to see that it was the same size as the Yaoyorozu residence. As the people came out to see their daughter was alive, and a masked vigilante was there as well. State your name and the reason why you're here, the man shouted. My name is Deku, and I've been the one saving your daughter from these, people, Izuku said. What is your actual name? Deku. It means useless, doesn't it? What is your actual name? No one in their right mind would call themselves useless for having the power that you have. I've seen the power and the type of things you have. You're not useless. So who the fuck are you? Sava's dad said. Deku. I'm a hero from another world, he said. How are these zombies here then? Beats me. Chemical experiment, probably. Mutated, God said fuck you, Izuku said. As the man lowered his gun and pulled out a samurai sword. Prove me that I'm wrong. Fight me with all you've got. If I did that, you'd be dead, Izuku said. I meant not with your physical power, I meant with your just physical body. You would be dead, Izuku said. When I was fighting a guy who could erase powers, I had to figure out a way to fight him without using my power. And I did. And I almost killed him, Izuku said. You haven't fought me then. Oh, I fought many people like you without my powers. And trust me, you will die, Izuku said, as the man lowered his sword. State your business here or get lost. We need a place to stay for the period of time that is given for us, Izuku said. Fine. Papa, she said. Are you able to do a test on him real quick? Why? We want to see if his powers can be created in a different manner, she said, rubbing her fingers together and playing with them. Don't be rude, daughter. What do you mean? We want to see if we're able to actually manifest children with powers if we take his DNA, she said. You want his... Don't think about that, Papa, she said, trying to batter him with a frying pan out of nowhere. You want a kid? Yes, she said, blushing. With that monster. He's not a monster, she said. He's the one who saved us from those monsters themselves, those zombies, she said. Have you got a guarantee he won't change? He won't change. He's been the same way for the past 3 weeks, she said, lying through her teeth. Fine then. We will take a sample of his DNA and see if it can be reproduced. Other than that, stay for the period of time given, and then leave, he said. As 2 weeks later pass, they have figured out a way to mass produce Izuku's, DNA and make, as Izuku, 5 weeks later, got the notification, through a letter saying that he is going to be a father soon. Not through normal means, of course, through science. As Izuku breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that if he leaves, this place will be protected at all costs. As Izuku handed over a piece of paper, when he's old enough, tell him to do this training regimen. Depending on his quirk, this is the quirks that are in my bloodline, he said. And if one manifests that's not on this piece of paper, you're gonna have to teach him by winging it, Izuku said. So where are you going? I'm going out to try and get more information about how this thing started, Izuku said. As we cut back to the MHA universe, Mei Hatsume, Bakugo, and all of Class 1A that are still alive are still there, underground. Mei Hatsume, are you able to finish this portal sooner or later? All for One's gonna be here soon, Bakugo said. Yeah, we're getting it finished, don't worry, Mei said. Hurry it up, Bakugo said. We haven't got long, and once those bastards find us, we're dead, Bakugo said. Yeah, I get it, Mei said, as she put the final touches on her portal. As that's where we're going to end the video, guys. I do hope you all enjoy it. This has been the movie to What If Deku was in, this title here. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, all later. Goodbye, everybody.